Hey everybody, Lee Smith, Spouses Buying Houses. We are a local property management here in Indianapolis, Indiana. If you're looking for property management, give me a call. As always, today I'm running numbers. And as always, in every single one of these numbered videos, I always tell you guys to run your own numbers. Do not trust numbers that come from wholesalers and whatnot like that. So today I'm going to go over a house that showed up on my Facebook feed. Let me show it to you. This one showed up here. Address is 2934 Brookside. I'm thrilled that the guy gave the address at least. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people like, it's in 46218. Well, that's a pretty good size area, so you got to give me an address. So they gave me an address. They told us it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. They're asking $95,000. They don't give us any bunch of pictures. Here's contact info on this. Wholesaler. I'm assuming it's a wholesaler. And AI has drafted up his thing because AI loves to do these little emoticons. Anyways, highlights: tenant occupied, lease ends December. They do not tell us what the current rents are. Tenant can stay or leave. Secured below market value. Light updates and easy equity. We don't have any pictures, so we don't know. Access showings being scheduled soon. I don't know if it's got central air. Does not look like it because there's a little window unit right there. So no central air, so it's just gas heat. I would assume it's gas heat. Maybe it's just electric heat, for all I know. All right, so let's kind of get into it here. So first things first, I pulled a CMA, comparative market analysis. We sell these for $5 if you're an investor in Indy. I highly recommend it. It's what I use day in and day out when I'm running comps. This gives you active, pending, and solds within the last 1 year within a quarter-mile radius. And gives you leases over the last 6 months. Looking at this, there's only been one. There's no active leases listed in the MLS, and there's only one historical, and it's a 1-bedroom unit. I can give you more information here. And it's a 1-bedroom unit, 1-bedroom, 1-bath. So not a good comp for us. It rented for $800. Let's see when it was rented. It was rented in August. So, not bad. Did they show pictures of it? They did. So, one of those cutesy little duplexes. Not bad. Pretty nice. All right, and then we'll look at some of these other numbers. They're ranging in price from $112,500 to $435,000. I'm going to assume this $435,000 one is brand new. Yep, it's brand new. So staged. So you're not going to be able to compare it with an old house. Active listings anywhere from 112 to 190. Is this a duplex? No, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It looks like it's a single family. So a single family house here. But that's been on the market for 326 days at $190,000. What's this one here? 175. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's been on the market for 157 days. That's at 175. Here's another one at 175. This one's been listed for 42 days. This one here is 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's been listed for 87 days. It's at 135. Let's look at some pictures here. Ooh, that's got a weird floor plan. I can tell you already. And the reason I say that is, let me see here. Let me go back. See some new pictures here. So this is a long hallway here. So there's the front door. And I'm assuming that's a bedroom and that's a bedroom. So there's those 2 bedrooms. And then here's all open concept, but I don't know if that necessarily is a good floor plan or not. So there's 1, 2. How many bedrooms is this supposed to have? This is 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths. So it's kind of a shotgun house with the bedrooms on the sides. So big open area in here. 135. Been on the market for 87 days. As far as sold comps go, 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom. This one here, 242. That was a brand new house, and it was the end of last year. This one here was sold at the what is that? April, January, February, March, April of this year. So that we're in a different market than we were then. Here's one at 130. It needed some work. Are they showing the inside or just all the pictures? Yeah, so it needed work. I'm not sure why. Some of these sold earlier this year, and I'm thinking that it was people that didn't, that they're going to do flips on them maybe. I don't know. Because it doesn't make sense to do these unless they're going to go over the top. But I don't see these listed. So this one and this one also needed work. This one sold in March 2025. It needed some work. New flooring, paint, patch, windows. Got some kitchen stuff going on. Need some work. So that one sold. That was also back in, when was this one? March of this year. I'm thinking the market we're going into, you're probably looking at ARV of like 130 unless you're just going to go massively over the top with this thing if you wanted to flip it. I don't see a lot of data here for rental wise. 800 for a one bedroom. Let's look at my favorite hot pads. Our subject property is right around in here. Here's a 3-bedroom that's $1,850. It does have central air, but it's listed 26 days ago. They're not getting much action. Here's one across the street, 3-bedroom, $975. Let's look at the pictures on that. Ooh, nice purple carpets. Small kitchen. See those purple carpets. Booyah! I love them carpets. Man, those are beautiful. Beautiful. So it's $975. It's been listed for 2 months. Now they did update it 18 days ago, so maybe they dropped it to $975. I'm thinking that our rental is probably going to be $950 to $1,000. Yeah, so they're offering $1,025 rent for a 1-year lease. Does this have central air? I don't even know. Anyways, so I'm figuring that. So let's run the numbers on our spreadsheet. I plugged in $950. Again, these are our assumptions. 8% for vacancy credit loss, 10% for average maintenance and repair costs, 3.5% is kind of accounting and legal and fluff, 10% for property management. Taxes on that property that we're looking at is $1,410 a year. Property insurance probably $750. They're asking $95,000 for it. Without seeing pictures, I have no clue how much work it's going to need. So I figured about $10K if we have to do a turn. And purchase cost probably going to run you $3,000. It's about a 5.2% cap rate. So we figure these out. Our cash flow, if you paid cash, your net operating income is $471 a month. Let me put this at 75%. If you got a loan, if you got a 30-year loan, 6.5% interest, your mortgage payment would be $512. So your negative cash flow. So at that purchase price, $95,000 purchase price, it's about a 5% cap rate, meaning that's about a 5% return if you paid cash. If you tried to get a loan on it, it's negative 2% return. Cash on cash basis is negative 2%. Is this a good deal for you? Probably not. That's my opinion. Maybe you've got some other ideas or you got some other strategy going on that you need a loser. I don't know. Not worth the hassles at 5% to me. I'd rather go invest in the S&P 500 and make 8% or something like that. Anyways, at least that's what they tell you, right? Anyway, so that's that. Let me run the numbers on if it was a flip. All right, so if I plug in that I think that the resale value is $130,000, if I pay the wholesaler what he wants at $95,000, I'm going to say if I got to do a flip, I'm going to have to do it over the top of what I would do on a rental. So if I figure $10,000 for a rental without seeing any pictures, without being able to run any real numbers on it, it's probably 20 grand in work for doing a flip. I always want to make 25% or 25,000, whichever one is more. So in this case, I want to make 32.5. Rehab costs are 3,000, 47.20. For holding cost, I'm going to hold it for 6 months because we are going into the winter season. Nothing is going to sell probably until, chances are pretty low that your stuff is going to sell flip-wise until early next year, early in the spring. So probably late February, early March is how long I'm going to have to hold it. Because it's probably going to take a month after I get the tenants out to rehab it and get it ready. And they're supposedly, what? Did they say the end of December? What did that picture say? Blah, blah, blah. Lease ends December. So it's either beginning of December or end of December. So I'm going to hold it for 6 months, 47.20. Now maybe I'll get some of that money back because of income from the rents if they pay. Sales cost. It's probably going to cost you 10% to sell the house. That's because realtors are going to probably want 6%. That's both the buyer's agent and the selling agent. And then you're probably going to have some closing costs and some other Mickey Mouse crud that you're going to have to deal with. So I figure 10% of your sale price. So that's $13,000. If I wanted to make my profit, well, let's just say it this way. Without making my profit, if I paid $95,000 for the house, I put $20,000 in rehab, and I had these other costs here, purchasing costs and holding costs and my sale costs, I would lose money on this deal by about $5,800, $5,720. If I plugged into it that I wanted to make $32,500 on it, my max allowable offer on this property is $56,780. Not the $95,000 they're asking, $56,780. So I would need to buy it for about $57,000 in order to make what I want to make. So is this a good deal for you for a flip? I don't know. No, probably not. Not at $95,000. You're going to lose money. So don't do it as a flip either. Anyways, that's my numbers for the day. If you have questions, comments, thoughts, I'm open to discussing it. So please let me know what you're thinking. If you think I'm way off base, then that's fine. I've been in property management since 2007. I've been investing in real estate since 1991, probably before you were born. So these are my experiences and my thoughts and, the way I look at properties. So hopefully it helps. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, let me know. Thank you.